What's up, YouTubers? This is your boy Big Metroid Fan 12 coming to you with another video game review. And in this review, I'm going to talk about the game Godzilla, which was released on the Nintendo Game Boy by Compile and Toho. And the plot of the game is that different monsters that Godzilla defeated and pretty much kidnapped his mini Menzilla and pretty much hitting him in a labyrinth matrix. You know what I'm saying? And pretty much this game pretty much has 64 stages in it, in which you try to find Mozilla. You know what I'm saying? One thing about this game, it has like a non-linear like feel to it, but it's not like the Metroid franchise and stuff where you get gain powers and stuff. You know what I'm saying? And the weapon you do have, I will mention it later. Now, it's kind of like one of the issue is that the amount of time it takes you to beat the game and find Godzilla's son is depending on the path that you take to in terms of completing the stage. You know what I'm saying? Now, there's like a certain number of exits that you'll find in a specific stage between like 1 and 3, and and each exit that has like 2 or 3 will send you to one of the other stages. Like in if you're in like stage 1, you pretty much go to like in 1 or 2 stages. You know what I'm saying? Plus, you pretty much fight monsters from the Godzilla franchise. You know what I'm saying? Like Mecha Godzilla, Medora, Hedora, Ghidra, Rodan, pretty much the monsters that you've seen in various Godzilla movies in the past. You know what I'm saying? Starting with the first one in, I think, in the early '60s or late '50s or some stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Now, what's interesting about Godzilla's mode of attack, he pretty much punch. You know what I'm saying? That's the main mode of the attack. You know what I'm saying? And this is really odd considering that uh, Godzilla never really punched other monsters in any of the movies. You know what I'm saying? If you like look down the list from the first Godzilla movie to the one that was released not too long ago, you don't see Godzilla like technically punching any other monsters. You know what I'm saying? Now, but he don't have any of his trademark powers like his fire breath and stuff like that, you know what I'm saying, which doesn't make any sense to me, you know what I'm saying, regardless of which console a Godzilla is made for. It's a Godzilla game, that is, you know what I'm saying. Now, the majority of the monsters you can pretty much take out with the punch, with the exception of he Hedrana and Oris, who you can defeat by uh, by by using a boulder or using or taking advantage of a spike pit or a lightning bolt and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Now, in order for you to advance to the next stage, you pretty much have to destroy all the boulders that's on a specific stage and stuff. You know what I'm saying? And each stage has a certain number of boulders that you have to destroy depending on the size of the stage and stuff. You know what I'm saying? You can also use the boulders to take out all the enemies and stuff. You know what I'm saying? Pretty much by punching it. Like if one of the boulders happen to be on a higher platform and stuff, you can pretty much punch it and make it fall on one of the monsters and stuff. And if one of the boulders happen to be on the ground, you know what I'm saying, you can pretty much punch it to push it up against one of the monsters to take it out. You know what I'm saying? Now, the graphics and design of the stages for Godzilla for the Nintendo Game Boy pretty decent, but the design of the monsters with Godzilla included don't look nothing like their movie counterparts, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, for example, Godzilla looked like Bub and Bob from the Bubble Bobble franchise, or Charmander from the Pokemon series and stuff like that. Now, the controls and gameplay are okay, but The fact that Godzilla's method of attack is punching really doesn't make any sense to me. You know what I'm saying? They should have had him do his breath fire attack to pretty much to take out the enemies. You know what I'm saying? The programmers just wasn't thinking in regards to the gameplay, in my opinion. Now the soundtrack is probably the best part of Godzilla for the Game Boy. You know what I'm saying? But it's more consistent with, like, say, the Bubble Bobble franchise or the Pokemon franchise. You know what I'm saying? Other than not anything related to Godzilla and stuff. You know what I'm saying? And to me, there's really no reason for this particular Godzilla game to exist unless they were trying to push it towards kids and stuff under, like, especially the ones under 10. But outside of that, there's no real reason for this particular Godzilla game to exist. You know what I'm saying? But if you want a good Godzilla game, I would definitely suggest the one Godzilla game called Godzilla All Monster Melee or something. At least that's the subtitle to that particular Godzilla game that came out for the PS2, Xbox, and GameCube and stuff. But not this game. Past this particular Godzilla game by, you know what I'm saying, that's for the Game Boy and stuff. As far as a score, I'll definitely give it 4 out of 10. You know what I'm saying? With that being said, you can sound off in the comment section about Godzilla for the Nintendo Game Boy. Do you like it? Do you hate it? Is it a guilty pleasure? You know what I'm saying? You can even talk about other Godzilla games that was released, whether it's for the NES, GameCube, PS2, whatever the case. You know what I'm saying? With that being said, if you like this video, don't hesitate to click the thumbs up button. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell notification button. This is your boy Big Metroid Fan 12 signing off.